Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and this is not notEGIdrA. Okay, this is this is a patron of mine on patreon.com/FalconPaladin. He is subscribed to me at $10 a month, so that means I will cast one of his replays every single month as long as he is subscribed. This is a One-Trick Wednesday replay he sent in, and I wanted to cast it separate from One-Trick Wednesday, so let's get right on into it. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is notEGIdrA. As the text previous said, it's not Greg Fields, not the famous notEGIdrA, but it is, that's what his name says, right? notEGIdrA from Evil Geniuses. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Maverick. All right, so MidRank Madness here. A very special edition of a One-Trick Wednesday kind of standalone thing going on. Very interested to see how this thing is going to work out. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember what the One-Trick Wednesday challenge is. I'm thinking back. Is this... I'm thinking about it. Is this you may not attack? Is that what it is? Extractor pool hatch on the way here from our Zerg player? Or was it the one before that, where you had to A-move your units across the field? That was Nexus Wars. So it's one of the two. I can't remember exactly what window this replay was sent to me as. I'm a little bit late on it, so I apologize. notEGIdrA. Very much feeling apologetic here. But that's what's that's the reality. So, double barracks opening out of Maverick. Very interesting. No factory at all. No expansion. Is this going to be a one-base attack out of our Terran? We don't see these a lot. We don't see these a lot in the games that I cast, so this could be a bit of a surprise, a bit of a treat for us. Immediately making Marines is not going to be a 3-Rax Reaper, which is my first thought of what it could be. So this is a 2-Rax expand to the gold. This looks like a 2-Rax expand to the gold. He wants to have enough Marines to defend this gold base when he takes it, so I think that's what's going on. He's making Marines early for that very specific purpose. Speed on the way from notEGIdrA. We'll see, you know what? We'll see if this is the A-move challenge or not, based on what these lings do. And the Zerglings are rallied here to defend this natural mineral line. And they're not a moving case, so they're not attacking. So this is going to be a not attack replay. This SCV is blocking the attempt at getting a third base back here in the safe location for the Zerg, but then getting shooed away by the drone. Just checking to see if there was one there or not. And I really feel like this command center for Maverick is going to land right up here at this gold. It's going to do it. So again, just a quick plug, if you'd like to support more daily StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and other stuff casts, you can find me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin. There's a link in the description. There's a link at the top right up here as well. You can donate as little as $1 a month. $1 American US dollar per month. Do I give you enough entertainment for that? At least I sincerely hope that I do. And if I don't, I will pledge to do better. That's for sure. Baneling Nest morphing in. Defensive Banelings, mind you, not going to be aggressive Banelings at all. You know what? We're going to speed this up. Like most of the One-Trick Wednesdays for never attack replays that I cast, you got to speed it up because the Zerg player is not going to be aggressive. The Terran player being incredibly defensive here as well. Interestingly enough, he's making his first factory. He's getting double engineering base, so he's going bio, and he did land his command center at the gold, as prophesied earlier by Falcon Paladin. And third base is going down for notEGIdrA. Lair coming in as well. A lot of lings, just in case there's something trying to kill him. Ling gonna actually try to kill one of these Marines and then dodge out when he sees how many Marines there are. And the Marines are gonna head across the map without, my goodness gracious, without any medevac support at all. Where are these? Oh, the Marines are coming in to defend. Okay, they want to attack from this side so they can defend this natural base. This gold base. This income is looking pretty good for our Terran player. Actually fairly even with the Zerg. The Zerg is on 3 bases though, mind you, so he should have a little bit more. More SCVs coming over to this. He wants to be able to rally SCVs over. There we go, taking a shortcut by killing that bunch of debris. More lings in production here for Idra. It is a strange feeling to just never attack at all for Zerg. It just is. Like, you want to be aggressive a little bit. I mean, you're probably the most defensive of all the races in StarCraft 2, just because that's kind of how they've been programmed by Blizzard. You defend, you defend, you defend, you expand, defend, snipe off of bases, but you just don't really ever do like a huge, massive attack most of the time in these games, unless you're an aggressive Zerg player, which there are. Baneling speed on the way. Fourth base here is going to be at the gold for notEGIdrA, and these lings heading out across the map. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is never attack. I mean, I guess he did come up to see where the Marines were and then pulled back, ran away. Didn't technically attack. Is he trying to bait the Marines into killing him? Morlings on the way. Hydralisk Den coming in as well. It's 54 to 44 harvesters. notEGIdrA has quite a few workers on the field, and this gold base finishing is going to help immensely with that as well. So 4 Marines hoofing it. Just here to be scouting what's going on. We're going to get pinned against the wall by a million Zerglings and die. Is what's happening here. So, bad news for those guys. They didn't even really scout anything, did they? Hydralisk Den about done for the notEGIdras. And we're speeding up again because our Terran player has no interest at all in attacking. I don't understand Terran players. If you get to this level, you get to MidRank Madness level, you have to know that attacking your Zerg opponent is the way to beat them. If you leave them alone, they will outmacro you. They will get more workers than you. They will be able to get a huge bank and make a giant scary army that will overwhelm you as soon as you attack. I don't get it. This is so many Marines for Maverick. Is this all he's doing? He's got 49 Marines, 2 medevacs, and a Widowmine. And a Widowmine, making 7 Marines at once. He's got Stim. He's got +1/+1. He doesn't have Combat Shield, which I find an interesting omission, just being honest with ya. And it's time to move out for Maverick. So he's got his Marines, got his +1/+1 guys, 4 medevacs. This is a pretty scary army. It's just a little bit late. I think there's a lot of Banelings and a lot of Lings that have been waiting a while to hit these guys. So here we go, on creep no less. Oh, trying to target fire those Banes. Pretty decent split, I would say. Baneling splashing not very well here. And the Marines still alive. These guys are scary. More Banelings coming in, trying to target fire them from distance. Can't get them all. Oh, that was a big one. That was a massive hit. There's still 4 Marines here, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Queens. 6 Queens is going to be enough to get rid of those guys, especially once the medevacs abandon them. Got to pick them up and go home with them, Maverick. You got to do that, man. All right, so regardless, we've got 3 bases up for Maverick. He hasn't taken the base that's kind of safe and behind his main yet. Very interested by that. Got the one down from his main ramp, and he's got the one at the gold. But that's it. Neural Parasite being researched by notEGIdrA, expanding for the 5th time and the 6th time is notEGIdrA down the right side and across the top side of the map. So expansion pattern making sense. Look at this creep spread too. He is halfway across the map and continuing to push with his creep tumors. 4th base on the way here for Maverick, down around the center bottom section of the map. Infestors, Ultralisk Caverns on the way as well. And this is getting a little bit nuts. This is getting a little bit nuts for the Zerg player. 10 minutes. Ultralisk Cavern done. Here comes another push. Again, more Marines from our Terran player. 14 Banelings in production. This is what you could do if you're notEGIdrA. Just make a million Banelings as soon as you need to. And then when the Marines come on in, bad things happen to them. Really, really bad things happen to them. +3/+3 being researched by Maverick, though. He's not bad. He is not bad. Those timings, those upgrade timings are amazing. More Marines heading up. Sneaky way to try to see this 5th base of notEGIdRA's. And Banelings crashing on here at the gold base of notEGIdrA again. Oh, not the greatest target firing there. Trying to kill the Queens with the Baneling smash right into your face is bad news. And Lings up here at this 5th base getting torn apart by Zerglings with +2 armor and +1 attack. Working on +3 armor. Does he have any does he have any ultras? But no, he doesn't. He was pretty gas starved there for a while. He used a bunch of gas on Banelings. He's trying to save up for ultras, I think, but the Marines showed up a little bit too soon, and he was forced to use it on other stuff. A bunch of Hydras here, though. Didn't know when these guys got made. Where is that? It's 10 Hydralisks. Yep, very nice. Muscular Augments is done. Am I a liar by saying that? No, it's done. It is done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases done for notEGIdrA. Not doing anything with the 6th base, but that's totally fine. Maverick is not doing anything with his 4th base down here at the bottom, which is probably not great. Lurker Den, 42 Lings, 2 more Infestors, Chitinous Plating. So much stuff on the way for notEGIdrA. Some tanks being introduced to Maverick's setup here, to Maverick's composition. You can hear a dog barking in the background. That's because my window is open because my air conditioning is still broken. This is the last night of my casting with the air conditioning broken, though. We've got guys coming in tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. to put the air conditioning in and a new furnace, because apparently we need one of those as well. Man, if you buy a house that's from, you know, over 10 years old, and I mean, not over 10 years old, but it's around 10 years old, prepare to replace some things. That's exactly what we did, and that is exactly what we are experiencing. Whoa, Overlord just got burned alive there by those Marines. It was not burned, more punctured by a million tiny bullets, and then exploded. So notEGIdrA saying, please attack into this base so I can kill you. Please attack into this base so I can murder you with 29 banelings that I'm making right now. And Fester could throw a fungal. Does get a fungal down. Doesn't even bother. A moves with the Infester. Nice fungal. So many Zerglings. Run. I don't think the banelings are even going to hit. All the Marines are just going to die. Widow Mines, though. Oh. Does drag him back into the Widow Mines. 23 kills on that Widow Mine. Don't chase him too far. Don't chase him too far without Overseer support. That's my recommendation. Did he lose the hatch, too? And he lost the hatch. Terran player takes it down, but 6 ultras in production for notEGIdrA. That's a lot of ultras. I remember, where was I? I was at the Heart of the Swarm launch in California at Blizzard headquarters. I had actually won that trip, won the pass to get there. Again, I had to fly myself there and find accommodations, but I got into the release, and it was amazing. It was so great. I don't remember who the players were, but they had some pro players there to show off the new features in Heart of the Swarm. And it was a ZVZ, I think is what it was. And one of the players, I looked up at the production tab on this huge screen they were broadcasting StarCraft on. It was Husky in day 9. And one of the players was making 10 ultras at once. And I was like, what? And it was amazing. Regardless, this Marine group gets destroyed, as they have been wont to do this entire game. 159 Lings have died. Lings Marines. 159 Marines have died, you guys. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. 5,900 resources lost for the Zerg player compared to 92. 100 lost for the Terran, getting +3 missile attack, getting +1 melee attack as well. Have the ultras even really been involved in this? Not really. notEGIdrA is not bothering to replace his 6th base. He's taking a 6th base up at the top left. We'll call that his 7th. Suppose we could do that. And our Terran player just kind of, he's feeling, I don't know. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. Isn't that how this generally works? Keep sending Marines against a player who has a lot of banelings and has ultras. Without medevac support, mind you. Oh, there's burrowed banes here too. Oh no. Oh no, Maverick, don't. Okay, he's going the other way. He's walking away from the burrowed banelings. And you're going to try to pick off some creep tumors. There you go. Picking off some creep tumors. Creep spread still pushing. It's lost a lot of tumors to some clearing efforts from Maverick. 18 creep tumors have died, but he still has 69. So that's a lot. That's a lot of creep tumor, as it turns out. So he's trying to set up on the edges of the creep, taking another base of his own along the left side, taking one in the bottom right corner. This is one of the problems. You can't really deny bases when you're never attacking, unless you have bases in that location already, which is why I kind of feel like he should have expanded a million times. But at this point, almost every base on the map has been taken. Banelings, oh, scans and murders some of his own Marines by shooting Banelings when they're so close to him. Spire coming in. There's another fungal. That fungal range is pretty good. Does it tell you what it is? No. I mean, it shows you what it is. It's a pretty good little circle there, isn't it? Pretty nice. Marines clearing more creep tumors. Oh, they see the Banelings and they kill them from distance. Oh, the burrowed banes do not fulfill their responsibility. Holy larva. 16 larva at this gold hatch. That's a lot of larva. Lings chasing these Marines down. Again, they're +3 Marines, but if they don't have medevacs, they're actually not great. Actually not as great as if they have medevac support. Or, you know, tank support's also pretty darn nice. The tank on the high ground just hanging out here. How much time do we think we have left on this game? Speeding it up to ×4. Everybody wiggles very, very quickly, which is kind of intimidating. And here we go, dancing back and forth, doing the Maramba. It's not the Maramba. Production tab empty for both players. They're both maxed out, I guess. They're not really building any more buildings or more extractors or anything like that. It's 70 to 67 harvesters. Our Zerg player is doing fairly well with this. I'm guessing we're pretty even on army supply. Are we? 7,000, 8,000 compared to... The Zerg has a lot more army value. How, though? 7, 3, 10... It's like 11,000 compared to 8,000? I guess it's just the Marines are cheap, is what it is. This is most of what's going on for Maverick. Is 92 Marines, 5 tanks, 2 Liberators, 5 Medevacs, and 5 Widow Mines. I don't know how this Terran player is just hanging out is beyond me. Every Terran I play is consistently trying to kill me every 3 minutes in the game, it feels like. And this Terran is just content to kind of hang back and kill creep tumors and lose large groups of Marines to Banelings and stuff. music is appropriately ponderous, I would say. Greater Spire on the way here. Marines trying to run for it. And again, there's a tank on the high ground, and that's enough to chase notEGIdRA away. He doesn't like that tank very much. I mean, he's not that... Does he feel like that's attacking if he attacks into this group? I don't know. I don't know what's in his mind. Tanks on the high ground trying to kill some queens that are just trying to spread creep, man. They're just creep queens. Leave them alone. Once again, IDRA going for it here. Did I call him IDRA? Yes. And there we go. Cleaning out that army very, very easily. Is our Terran player. Fully upgraded Ultralisks, 192 to 177 total supply. Overlord scouting on in to see what it can see and then getting murdered. It does have the speed upgrade, so it probably could have run a little more efficiently, but that's totally fine. More Marines coming into the 6th base of notEGIdRA along the right side. Killing some creep tumors, might kill this hatch for the 2nd time, but nope, there are ultras and banelings here, and the fungal misses, hits most of his own units there. Widowmine's going fire on these banelings. And firing on something. I don't know what it is. Banelings smashing on top of them as well. So 157 to 186 total supply. Maverick is down. A Broodlord's coming in as well. Boop, boop. We're going to hit that ×4 speed. Excellent, wonderful, wunderbar ×4 speed. And coming into attack, another hatchery. There's like an 8th hatchery that notEGIdRA is trying to bring up here. It's probably going to get canceled. There's the cancel. Liberators here setting up along the backside as well. There are some mutas to help get rid of that and some Hydralisks. Just going for it. Just going for it is our Zerg player. Banelings getting target fired pretty well. The tanks get left behind. And then just standing in against the Ultralisks, losing a huge chunk of army. Medevac's getting picked out of the sky by the Hydralisks. And replanting his 8th base is notEGIdRA. Might as well take this one. The one unclaimed base here, kind of in the bottom rightish corner, could probably be taken. Terran player is not feeling great about himself. He's got 52 Marines, 3 Liberators, and 2 Widowmines. He's waiting for the onslaught, but it is not coming, and he doesn't know why, and it's freaking him out. He's feeling extremely freaked out. Broodlords, 7 Broodlords coming in here. Another group of Marines, SCVs. He's trying to free up supply. Yeah, he's sending SCVs into the heart of the Zerg base. These ultras are chasing them. Are they missing with their attack as the SCVs are moving? Ah, now they're pinned into a corner, so they're dead. Yeah, so he's making, he wants to clear out supply. He's happy at 46 SCVs. He's got a pretty good bank. About 2,000 minerals and 5,900 gas. notEGIdRA, on the other hand, is sitting at 14,800 minerals and 6,000 gas himself. Alright, so a Broodlord, Corruptor, Hydra, Ultra. We have from notEGIdRA against a bunch of Marines, 4 Liberators, and a tank. Here comes our Terran player again, coming across, trying to kill creep tumors, doing a pretty good job of it. Liberators mixed in here as well. Pretty good against mutas, not as good against Hydralisks when they're in anti-air mode, air-to-air mode. 17 Banelings coming in. EGIdRA feels very comfortable about having Banelings against this many Marines. Liberators do manage to set up a lot of defensive circles here that the Marines can pull back to if necessary. Kind of like it. Kind of do. Banelings don't go through that circle. Ah, Banelings go through. Banelings all die. And just tearing through the circles. Don't care. Corruptors clearing out those Liberators. Tanks falling to the Ultras as well. Stimming forward and just standing in. You can't stand in against Ultras. You will die. You will die. And the Marines getting removed. Corruptors getting rid of these Liberators. Any Hydras involved here? Don't know. It doesn't really matter. 193 to 86 total supply. And notEGIdRA feeling I can't press the attack any further. I will decide to head on home. He neural parasites the Liberator and sends it away and then leaves her alone. Wow, saved her life there. Those Hydralisks would have killed her, but that Infestor decided to save her life. How amazing is that? That was very nice of you, Infestor. Still going. Still going, ladies and gentlemen. More SCVs coming in to free up supply, I guess. I mean, Maverick doesn't really need to do that, as he's sitting at 98 total supply used. Creep spread is all over Maverick's base on the left side of the map, and he's got 1 SCV mining from it. Yeah, I think he's done. I think he's feeling done. Does he know it yet is the question, though. There we go. Neural parasite on that Liberator. Little tentacles are all waving out of it. Isn't that creepy? That's the sound they're making, and it's all It's all green, smoky. Ugh. Overlord, dead. Liberators, setting up defender mode, circles. Minimal casting. How do you feel about minimal casting? There's just like no flow to it. I just say very clinically what's happening. Marines attacking Widowmine, creep tumors. Nuclear creep. Lots of just dead silences. I think some people do sort of cast like that. But I don't know. I find it easier to kind of keep a stream of consciousness going. There we go again. Hello, StarCraft fans! This is most definitely not Greg, E.G. Idra Fields, StarCraft 2 legend, coming to you with another episode of One Trick Wednesday. Good luck, have fun, good game. Says not E.G. Idra for the second time. Marines in here at the 6th base. He really has done most of his damage here at this base. Some Ultras dealing with these guys. Ugh. Good angle of attack there. One more swipe. Oh, these guys are literally down to 1 hit point. Now they're all dead. That cleave. Really, really strong. Creep spread all over there. Terran player, is he in? I mean, seriously, is he in denial here? He's down 200 to 100 supply. He's refusing to go home. But refusing to go up. And that's a bunch of Marines dying to Ultralisks. Once again, Marines going after this 8th base of not E.G. Idra's. Corruptors show up first, which is not particularly useful in the situation, but I guess for driving the fire away from the Marines, you're going to be all right. Saves it. Saves the base. Mule's being called down. He's got 35 SCVs, but his income is actually fairly comparable. Like 1,500 to 1,800 compared to the Zerg because mules are really, really good. That is our lesson for the day. 74 to 35 harvesters. Several mining bases for not E.G. Idra. 1 mining base for Maverick, but he has mules, so he's fine. It's amazing. Actually, bottom right, I was also a mining base. More SCVs coming in. He knows he's being played with, I feel like. SCV is trying to fight against these queens, but they have +3 attack, and they're not going to allow it. Other queens watching, probably placing bets. Which SCV will die to last? SCV's here inside the main base, possibly doing some scouting, but fully upgraded lings are really nothing to mess with. Actually, does he have adrenal glands? He does. All right. He does. Another group of Marines clearing out creep tumors, going for this 8th base. He wants to finish the 8th base so bad. Not E.G. Idra is sending the Broodlords to respond. They're just a little slow, and the hatch is going to die. And then lings show up. Broodlords show up with broodlings. They actually pick a corruptor out of the sky there and then get murdered. Is this like an AI? Is Maverick an AI that's trying? That's trying to beat Naji Idra? No, this is a ladder game. Definitely a ladder game. How many dead Marines do we think we'll get? We're going to get 500, right? We're sitting at 485. We'll easily hit the 500 mark. The question is, do we get to 6? 6 may be a harder one to attain, but really all our Terran player is doing is making Marines. I mean, not this very second. There we go. 11 Marines at a time. 11 at a time. Speed it up. Speed it up. Clearing creep tumors around his base along this left side. Trying to kill this debris that was knocked down to give him somewhere to not attack. And the Marines starting back with their stim. Creep spread's kind of insane. It's connecting every single base. Actually, is there a gap here? There's a gap there, but it goes back down the other side. So I think every base is connected to the every other one by creep at this point. For not E.G. Idra, lings rolling into Liberator, Defender mode circles, and tanks, and more Marines here. 3 more Broodlords on the way. Yeah, there's really not much anti-Broodlord unitry, is there here? No Vikings in particular, no Ghosts either. Trying to bait the units into these Liberator circles. Not E.G. Idra does not take the bait. Still trying to get these queens, though, but then the Broodlings come down. That Broodling strike hurts, man. Oof. Killing one. Tank fire actually probably killing a Marine there with splash damage, which is... Come on, man. Leave my friends alone with your splash damage, tank. Be careful where you shoot that thing. Marine marching on in. Again to the 8th base. Might kill 4 creep queens. Nah, the transfuse keeps 2 of them alive. That's good. That is great news. Oh my goodness, Terran player. I mean, I don't understand the purpose of sending in these small groups of Marines. I guess you can clear creep, which is fine, and maybe try to kill some static defense here. Not with those numbers, you can't. Not with those numbers, you can't. Thus, the eternal dance continues. Every base on this map has been taken now. Officially. Should I commentate this like golf? I've done that before. Remember when I lost my voice a few months ago and I had to do NPR casts because this was the only range of my voice that actually wasn't broken at the time. Yep, cast a whole game like that. It was interesting. I don't want to repeat it, but it was an interesting experience. To be sure. Banelings rolling into wings. Some more Marines heading out. Alright, this is getting really repetitive. Maverick is sending out small groups of Marines to clear creep. Then they get murdered. Then he sends another group of Marines out to kill creep. I'm going to leave this on ×2. I'm tempted to leave it on ×4 right now. Because there's no way the Terran player wins this game. It's not going to happen. Not with the strategies he's employing. I guess that was a tank he sent out that time. Tank got immediately murdered, as previously mentioned. Marines walking into some ultras. Run, ultras, run! No. I think Maverick knows what this is. I think he knows that notEGIdrA is not going to attack any of his bases. He's not really defending them necessarily. He's not bothering to make them into planetary fortresses either. I think he might have figured it out. Widowmine firing, more Marines getting chased away. I think, okay, does... Oh, I wonder if notEGIdrA thinks he needs to stay on creep. Is that what this is? Because every time he's gotten close to attacking off creep, even if he's not anywhere near a Maverick base, he pulls back. Oh, Marines might get rid of these Broodlords. That's not good. Broodlords unsupported. Having trouble here and getting chased back by Ultralisks. I mean, that was a clearing. Okay, he's off creep now. That's for sure. No, be careful. Ultralisks, pull back. There we go. Pulled back. I mean, left this building for burning, but I think Maverick has enough time to repair it if he wants to. Liberator does have 16 kills. That's a pretty good Liberator, I would say. All right, you win, says Maverick. Good game. And that's it. Copy pastes his not Greg Fields in lull for Maverick, and he's out. 35 minutes and 17 seconds in. What a ridiculous, silly game that was. 44,000 resources lost by our Terran player Maverick compared to 26,000 lost by notEGIdrA. That's a good way to win the game, I'd have to say. 2 hatcheries were killed, no bases lost for Maverick, but he mined out pretty much everything he had, if we look. I mean, this base on the left side's fairly healthy. Base on the bottom right, not great. Base on the bottom, gone. He never took this base. This is so perplexing to me. He never took the base at the backside of his main. Who are these players on ladder, and where do they come from? All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily, well, not daily, but another MidRank Madness episode that is a Patreon edition. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. justice. Our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Inshallah, the path of ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Kalarulas. Karamulas. Akhlaranas. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Casar di Templare. Daramarga. Oshara Sashina.